What's going on, guys? Lou with CFL Dumpsters. I want to talk about roll-off trucks and basically the state of the market for used roll-off trucks. Anyway, so I sold my truck and my trailer and started on. I had a truck lined up, but I started on my hunt for a roll-off truck. Trucks that were 40, 50K are now 70 to 90K. The reason is, I guess, the factories that made the chips for the new trucks, I guess one burned down, from what I heard, and COVID put the other ones on delay. And so guys that would normally buy up new trucks can't get new trucks until, about January. And when I say new trucks, there are new trucks out there for sale, but a lot of guys want the bigger horsepower. They want their specifications, basically. So when I say get a new truck, I'm talking about like having one ordered. You're going to wait till next January in some cases. I probably looked at 20, 25 different roll-off trucks all over the country. Literally, I flew all over to try and look at and find roll-off trucks. I went to Georgia, Louisiana, all over Florida, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and there's a lot of junk out there, guys. When I say junk, I mean trucks that have major issues. Turbos are blown, active leaks from diesel fuel tanks, active hydraulic leaks from cylinders, rusted out, cables and frames, and they're putting them online, and painting a rosy picture. If someone was to buy one unseen, they would be probably in a world of hurt. When you go for a used truck, what you're looking for is a motor. I mean, for the money that I was looking to spend, you can find a good, clean, used roll-off truck for, if you've got 85 to 125,000 to spend, you're going to be okay. But once you get below the $80,000 mark, you're going to be looking at a lot of junk. And, where there were good used roll-off trucks that were clean and taken care of and have maintenance records and all that good stuff, that's not existent right now. Most of these guys don't have any history on their trucks. They don't have any maintenance records. And about the 25,000 hour mark is about the time you need to have an overhaul. And whether that be in frame or complete, it's just time for an overhaul, period. So if you're looking for a used truck around, let's say 65, 70K, you want to try to make sure it's had an in-frame done, that they have paperwork, and, it was in the last like 25, 30,000 miles. Possibly, 50, 60,000 mile range. A lot of trucks have blow-by. And what I mean by that is, a good way to check for blow-by is to open the oil fill cap, put your hand over top, and if it's spitting oil, it's got some blow-by, guys. A little air coming out of there, a little, wisp of smoke is fine. It's probably normal. But if it's spitting oil, it's got blow-by in most cases. You want to actually drive the truck, you want to run everything on the truck, and you want to make sure that you want to see it pick up a box, and put it down, preferably loaded if you can. Like I said, I looked at a lot of trucks, and I went to a lot of places, and on the phone they send you pictures, they send you video, but when you actually show up, you see all the issues with the truck. And on a roll-off truck, there's a lot of things that can break, guys. I mean, you got a PTO, hydraulic pump, you got hydraulic lines, you've got a rail, you've got rollers on the rail, you've got the tarper arms, tarper motor. You got to check the cable, make sure it's good, it's not rusted out, it's been greased. You want to see the cab, you want to make sure everything works, you want to make sure the boots are on the freaking, shifter in the truck, and there's no holes in the floor of the truck. You want to drive it for probably 45 minutes, an hour. You want to take it on the highway, back roads. You want to engage the locking rears. You want to drop the drop axle. I mean, when I say go look at a truck, you want to go through it thoroughly because it's a substantial investment. And if you've got the money to throw away and you're not scared to like refurb a truck, that's one thing, right? But if you want a decent, used roll-off truck where everything works, it's got no active leaks, and you've got maintenance history and records, and you want to know that it's been taken care of, man, that's a diamond in the rough. I had to look, like I said, I had to look at a lot of trucks. The truck I ended up buying was a 2005 Peterbilt 357. It's got a Cat C13 with 430 horsepower. It's got an American hoist, 75,000 pounds. It's got a drop axle. The GVWR is 73,280 pounds. The other thing is, when you go from a trailer to a truck and you're over 50,000 pound GVW, you have to fill out one of these. It's a 2290, right? So not only you have to have a DOT number, and you have to have a 2290, which is a heavy highway vehicle use tax return, and you're going to pay taxes for, however much your truck weighs. So in my case, it's $517 per year that I'm going to pay for my GVWR, and they have different classifications. They've got basically A through V. My class is T. It's $518 per year. You're going to have a DOT inspection on your truck, and they're going to go through all your basic stuff. Your brakes, your alarms, your low pressure alarm, your tires, your lights, all that good stuff. They want to make sure that you're putting a truck on the road that is serviceable, that it's got good tires, it's not a freaking hazard to other people. They're going to check the thickness of your brake pads, your drums. They're going to go through all that stuff. So I haven't posted in a while, and I just wanted to kind of update you guys, man. I had a surgery, and then I basically sold my truck and trailer. The truck that I had lined up fell through for various reasons. If you're selling a used truck, man, it would behoove you, right? Like an oil sample's $12. Have it done for the person that's buying it from you. Pull a freaking, it's like a Carfax for semis, so you can see if there's any accidents, if there's been any DOT violations, that type of stuff. Hang on, guys. Think about the person who's buying your truck and try to be considerate, man. Like, pull an oil sample, don't cost a lot of money. Go have it pre-serviced, get the oil changed, get everything greased. And for God's sakes, clean it up, man. I'd say probably 99% of the trucks I went and looked at were completely just dirt filthy. And granted, I know roll-off trucks are used for garbage and they go to the landfill, but dude, you're selling a truck. Clean it up. It's the least you can do, man. If you've got, major issues, be up front, man. Somebody's going to travel. They're going to fly out to you to buy a used truck. Tell them exactly what they're getting, man. Be honest. If it's got some blow-by, tell them. If it's got a diesel leak, tell them. If it's got, it's going to need tires, tell them. People usually are pretty reasonable, and they understand, if they're buying a used truck, they're going to have to put some money into it. I knew that going in, right? But I just wanted somebody that's going to be honest, and they're not going to tell me it's a great truck, it needs nothing, and then when I get there, the tires are shot, the turbo's shot, it's got an active diesel tank leak, it's got, other issues. If you tell somebody that up front, maybe they budgeted for it, maybe they haven't, but at least they know what they're getting into. And guys, just because you don't have an accountant and you don't have somebody to keep track of your freaking paperwork and maintenance, it's not an excuse to not have maintenance records, on what's been done to the truck and the last time it's been serviced and the last time the oil change has been done and all that. That's just nonsense. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to, invest in $50,000 to $100,000, $200,000 in some cases assets, and you have no maintenance records whatsoever. It's just crazy to me. Like I said, 99% of the guys you know, when I went and looked at their trucks, they don't have any of that stuff. And it was infuriating because you spend money on a plane ticket, you do your due diligence by asking questions and stuff, but they tell you what you want to hear, not what you need to hear. And by any means, like I'm not, like I said, I wasn't disillusioned where, it's going to be the Taj Mahal and it's going to be perfect like a new truck. No, but, I expect that something that I'm buying, if I'm going to do my due diligence, is going to have some kind of history with it. It's been serviced and cleaned on a regular basis, so on and so forth. Some guy's mentality is like, oh, it's going to get dirty again anyway. What's the point? Well, to take pride and carry your shit. Plain and simple, man. I mean, that's just a given, right? So anyway, I got a truck. I'm going to have the frame and the rail sandblasted and painted. And I'm going to put some new tires. The steer tires are good. But I'm going to put some tires on the drop axle and the drive. So 10 tires. It's going to cost me about $4,000, $4 to $6,000, somewhere in there. And then to get it painted. So after buying it, like basically I'm going to end up putting, another $12,000 to transfer the registration and all that into my name. It's $3,000. And for a tag and your 2290, it's going to be basically $1,500 a year just to keep it on the road. And that doesn't include a DOT inspection, which is what, like $100. I will be pulling oil samples though regularly, probably once to twice a month, and servicing it at regular intervals and making sure it's clean and all that, and keeping all the records as well, because eventually I'll probably sell this truck, and having the experience I just had, I would not want to put anybody through what some of these guys put me through, as far as like, traveling, getting a hotel, doing all that stuff, and then you show up and in the first 5 minutes you're like, dude, why didn't you tell me about any of this stuff? It was just frustrating. But anyway, I got a truck. That's a good thing. And my marketing's been paying off. I got no ads out right now, but my phone has been nonstop, literally. So that's good. So I'll be putting out more content soon, guys. It's Lou with CFL. Thanks for watching. If you got questions, just post them in the comment section below, or shoot me an email, and I'll do my best to get back to you. If you got questions about looking at roll-off trucks, I mean, I'll try to answer any questions that you got, so post them up and I'll get back to you, man. Talk to you later. See ya.